What's up, y'all? My name is True. I'm here with Little Rach,
What's up, guys?
and we are out here in LA at the very famous
OG Cannabis Cafe.
and we have finally caught up with our favorite two mothers, Puff and Parlay. What's up, you guys? What's up, internet friends? I think we've good. How long have we been internet friends for? I feel like you said about 4 years.
I would say 4 years.
Yeah.
I think we found each other about
4 years ago.
as soon as we started.
Yeah, that's what we had. When we first started out on Green Room, we had Onyx, and I'm not a true, real deal weed guy. I'm just gonna throw that out there, but she's really about the culture, and I think she put me on to you guys really quick, and I'm like, damn, these ladies are cool. And so I've been watching you guys for a long time, so I was like, we were supposed to already be gone today, and I'm like, nope, we fucked it up yesterday, so we're staying.
We appreciate it.
We're staying for
Yeah, we
you.
moved some things around.
Appreciate the love.
We
Yeah.
have my kids started school today.
Oh.
So
Oh, yeah,
it's an
school is
adventurous day, but
starting.
We moved a few things around.
When you said
Thank
kid,
you.
how many kids are you talking
When
about?
I say kid, I mean my one and only son. I have a 9-year-old, but I also have a stepdaughter who's 29. So
9 and 29. Wow.
Well, that's a big difference. Wow. I have a brother that's 18 years older than me, and I know that's definitely was like something growing up. It was different because we were
Well,
never
my
in the,
uncle.
we were never in the same house.
that's your uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, basically, yeah.
How's the relationship now?
We're cool. Like, I love my brother. We just don't like hang out or anything like that because we're just too far apart in
Such a big
age.
age gap.
And it's just like he started his life, I started mine, and just things went on. But it's all good. It's family. It's still love.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm worried. I actually have two kids. I have a 19-year-old son and a 4-year-old daughter.
You got that gap
And
too.
yeah, I got the gap. And I mean, what I'm most worried about, I don't like this whole like half brother, half sister thing.
Right.
So I'm really trying to like mold them like, yo, you
That's
guys are
your
real
family.
brother and sister. Like, because I had a half brother and he did grow up with us, but as we got older, we did kind of part, So like we'll see him, but it just doesn't feel like we're like really
You think
brothers.
putting that title over it had something to do with it a little?
I do. I do, and it's always, I think, the other parent. It's whether you're cool with them or not, whether they let that connection happen.
Yeah, that's
And in my
true.
case with my half brother, I believe my dad and his mom didn't get along too well, so that's why I think it was just kind of a weird little, I don't know, weird little thing. I don't like that
Interesting
half brother.
dynamic, Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah, like-
I
like-
never liked the half. I have a 19-year-old and a 10-year-old. So they're
We all
really
have
close.
gaps.
There is a gap.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
was like, what the fuck when I had my 10-year-old? Like, wow.
Yeah.
It was not like they're not too far apart in age, but it was far enough to where I completely forgot what it was like having a child.
Does your 19-year-old participate in helping you out with babysitting and stuff?
Yeah,
does,
when
even for
she's
both
in the
of
mood.
us.
Yes, yes.
For both
Okay,
of
so
us.
she's a
For
female, the older one,
Yes,
and yours.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, she helps you out too.
She helped
Yeah,
she
because
helped
the boys are
a
besties.
year. Yeah, they're a year apart. So
Okay, so you say your boy's 8,
10.
10, and 9.
9.
Wow, and so they hang out?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're
What
like
do you-
little miniature versions of us.
What do you
But boys.
guys think about cannabis and your children using cannabis? Maybe not at like 5 years old, but like
Right.
at a respectful age. How do you ladies
What is that
feel about
age?
that?
Well, I am for it. My 19-year-old, she does consume. And it started with CBD gummies
Okay.
during the pandemic. I noticed she had a lot of anxiety, and I introduced her to the CBD gummies. And after a few years, I noticed that they weren't being utilized anymore. And we had a conversation that she had basically graduated up to THC.
Yeah.
To the real thing.
So, and seeing how it's helped me, I'm very understanding, and
If you wouldn't let, if you guys, if either of you guys didn't let your kids smoke, I'd be like, that's weird.
Yeah.
We're coming from stoner parents.
It'd be crazy.
What's crazy with me is me or my son's mom smoke, and he's probably one of the biggest stoners I know outside of you guys. He's a non-stop smoker, 24/7.
I think that as long as they're getting the best information from us,
Right.
and that's that's what's important. I feel like they're gonna be doing stuff out there anyway. We kind of actually hope that that's what they do, opposed to like the
Other-
heavy alcohol
yeah.
or any other.
But
drug.
do you? I mean, why do they always say weed is the gateway to all this other stuff? Wasn't for me,
when
but
when you're trying to
think
make
it's part of the
propaganda,
program.
Yeah.
Exploring,
when
I
you're
guess.
trying to build propaganda, it doesn't necessarily always mean that propaganda is going to be true. It
Yeah.
just needs to work.
That's just like
Yes.
prescribing 7-year-olds Adderall and being like, oh, like, I want to see if this actually affects them down the line. Like,
Right. We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
yeah, what do they call it? Ritalin, and
Right.
Ritalin,
Ritalin,
Adderall,
it's-
Vyvanse. Yeah,
And if
Yeah.
you
all
really
those
pay
stimulants.
attention, they're like completely zoned out.
Yeah,
Completely
and you're
Yeah,
supposed
they're
to.
not there. And
They're
7 years
supposed to
old,
be
they're
paying
taking
attention.
Adderall. Like,
Yeah, no, that's crazy. I can't
I
imagine.
don't know, is that the gateway drug? Like, fuck. Like, there's so many other things that I do think that was just kind of like the propaganda message that they were throwing out 20 years ago or 15 years ago or whatever the time was. But yeah, things have definitely changed. I'm so glad for that. And like, we're literally sitting here at a cannabis lounge
Yeah.
smoking weed. I'm like,
Smoking.
it's
Who would've ever-
so great. Like, this is awesome. And
Who would've ever
shout out
thought of
to
that?
OG Cannabis Cafe for letting us use their space. Like, that's
Man.
super fucking dope. Thanks, guys. And this joint's rocking, too.
Yes, that's the wave.
We love to come here a lot, actually. We like to take our babies
Oh,
here
nice.
because
Yes.
we can actually consume, we can eat, we're all enjoying ourselves. And
How is the food here?
It's yummy.
really
It's
good.
so
And they
good. The
have
ceviche, the
such a wide range
burgers,
of stuff.
the
Yeah.
dessert.
Ooh.
It's all so good.
Kitchen is closed right now, but they are working, right? They're working on getting it
Yes.
back up?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, no, this
Waiting,
is.
I'll
I
be
mean, I know I never thought I would see a day where this was. I mean, it kind of gives me hope. I'm like, maybe one day they'll do something like, I don't know, like a cocaine lounge.
You think so?
Hey, hey, like nobody would have thought it would have
Here
been
we are
weed.
trying to say
Yeah.
weed is not a gateway.
Yeah, and then she was like,
from here.
cocaine.
Yeah, I skipped
guys.
I skipped over the weed. Maybe I was on Adderall as a
That's
kid.
where
I
the
don't-
conversation's going.
Yes.
True, you might need to
so-
spark that bad boy up.
So, yeah, nope. I'm definitely I'm amongst
Some sativa.
I'm amongst real deal smokers, so I'm not gonna front like I smoke.
Green Room Radio.
Where's your scissors, mom?
There's all that.
You got scissors?
Love it. Okay.
Toenail clippers?
It's all.
Okay, little grinder.
But
Ladies, come prepared.
ladies could use it for makeup.
You guys
For
obviously.
toiletries when you go.
I heard.
It's a perfect little bag. I'm like, wait, why do I have a stoner bag? I'm like, I need a stoner bag.
When I see a bag like that, I'm like, that must have been what Nelly had when he got caught with those ecstasy pills.
Stop.
Like,
No, you didn't, because that just happened.
yes, it did.
Oh my
No,
god.
number one.
Okay, so wait,
how
Nelly
can-
got arrested for
How?
what?
Hey, all I know is
Why?
our security. You wouldn't even be able to get close enough to arrest us or to search us. So I don't understand what Nelly was doing. Maybe he was on one and started.
Bro, and where
started-
the fuck was he?
Maybe he thought the police were his
Where did
friend.
it happen at?
Like, yeah, where did it
That was
happen
somewhere
at?
random, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then they said the scary thing is they said he had no car insurance. Of
Why
all
would
shit.
they know?
Oh,
why
wait, and
would
the
they know that?
outstanding ticket.
Yeah, outstanding ticket.
He owed a ticket. How can you be a celebrity and owe a ticket? Like, pay it. It's like $50, right? It's like 100.
Do you think he called his
He-
girl
100
like,
bucks.
what's that? What I can't even think of the song. Baby,
I mean, that
love
sounds like
you.
pretty average stuff for a lot of people. Like,
Yeah,
ticket
I mean-
under, I mean,
Why not handle that?
Yeah,
Baby,
got busy maybe.
I would,
Problems like all of us.
I'd be like, could you guys say I got caught with like a 300? Don't say four. Don't say four. I would have ate four right on the spot to beat that charge. Unless they were Tesla, of course, then I'd be stuck.
So speaking of like getting caught, have you guys? Okay, for the ladies,
Yeah.
have you ever been caught with like weed and got in trouble by the law enforcement?
Yes.
And okay, tell me about your
Yes.
experience because that shit sucks. Like,
Yeah.
Well, I was 18 and we were at an abandoned beach and we were coming back to the car. I think this was in Long Beach.
okay,
And it was 3 girls and 2 guys and they were Marines. and we were on
Dang,
the way back.
they lucked out.
They did luck
Good.
out.
That's a good ratio.
So they act well, yeah, that part. Anyways, we were on the way back, and like they wanted us to give them the cannabis, and we didn't want. I was like, no, like you guys have
It's my weed.
livelihoods, you know.
Yeah.
You guys are no. So we took the blame, got a ticket. They just gave us a ticket, bought
Ooh,
it.
the Long Beach Police?
Yeah.
What was the ticket called? Just like
Yeah.
a possession of...
Possession of marijuana, probably.
I don't know what they...
It was for possession. It was like a dime bag, like some, you know,
So
that
small.
was like
Oh, yeah, they were like,
you
Yeah.
were like really smoking, you know, back in
Yeah.
the day when you had that. But whatever.
Right.
But was that in the
So-
serious days where they like really took weed serious
This was
as
what
a
in-
charge?
What year was this? I don't even. I was
you're making
18.
us think too much.
I don't know.
Yeah, I can't go back that far.
Yeah. I can only go back 2 years.
But yeah, no, I just
That's
got
it.
a ticket for that, and then like being out in public, you know, past like the.
Oh, curfew curfew violation.
Yeah, but got it expunged a few years later, and
You're still a felon.
call it what you want.
You're like, I got caught with a dime bag. you actually outdid Nelly.
Parlay.
I'm glad in like a lot of areas now, you know, that's
Free
like,
Nelly.
not a big deal. You know, if you get caught with a dime bag, you know, you're not going to go to jail or anything like that. I remember I was like 19 years old and I got arrested for smoking weed.
You got
And
arrested?
I got arrested. I'm in Maryland, okay? I'm from the East Coast. So, yeah, things over there were not okay. And so, yeah, I went to jail for literally smoking marijuana in a car with my friends.
This wasn't the story you told me earlier.
This is a different story.
Okay.
Yeah.
You gotta tell him.
another story?
You got. Oh yeah.
Well, I was.
How many times?
No,
Oh.
this was a different story. I have
Yeah.
another story. I don't know if I should.
She said a lot of people in Maryland are deaf, so she got in trouble with the police and she acted like she was deaf. And I'm like, they're.
Hey,
Hey, it worked.
Yeah, I'm
it
like-
worked.
I'm
They
like-
didn't
Wait
talk.
a minute.
They were like.
I wouldn't have been able to look at her. I'd have
They
been
brought out their
like,
notepads and everything.
yeah, I'd have been like,
Is this like a for real statistic about
Yeah.
where you're from?
I know
that there
ASL. Yeah. I can talk with deaf people.
Is this like a place where deaf
That's
people
crazy.
know
That's
that
cool,
there's
right?
a lot of deaf
Use
people
your
there? so they
skills.
move
Yeah.
there?
Oh, yeah. Because so we have the Maryland School of Deaf where I lived, like, and I kind of gave away where I
So
lived.
what happened?
But anywho, it doesn't matter. Yeah. So I was with my friend and we stole a paddle boat, and I was like,
paddle
I
boat.
heard this guy calling for us. He's like, hey, get back here, and I was like, just pretend we're deaf. And then so we start signing off to each other and we're like just minding our own business, like having fun, enjoying this paddle boat. And then we get off to this little island.
enjoying this paddle
and
boat.
get off on this little island. And I'm like 15, 14 years old and I'm like so young. I'm just like sitting there. I don't even run. I'm just like sitting there like on this little island chilling. The police roll up to me and then they're like start talking to me like, hey, you know, you guys stole a paddle boat, blah, blah, like everything like that. And I'm just like, I'm deaf, you know, I'm just like finger signing. I'm finger signing bullshit at this moment in time. You know, I'm just, fingers are just going
if
off, and
anybody
they're like,
needs an
"Oh,
interpreter,
okay," like-
she's $60 per hour.
Yeah, they're like, oh, okay.
you wanna hire her.
So ended up like, they get out their notepads, they start talking, they're like, yeah, these girls are deaf, like we can't talk to them. So we're just like exchanging conversation through the notepad, literally going back and forth. Well, I end up like, I got caught later on down the line because my friend, she gave him the real name and the real address, and I gave him a fake name and a fake address.
Good
so
job,
they didn't catch
Lil
me,
Rach.
but yeah. So I ended up getting a felony charge, a public theft.
No.
Yeah, and I was like 15 years old. I did do community service.
That's actually crazy that they gave out a felony at 15 years old.
Did they ever find out that you weren't deaf?
Yeah. They definitely
And
did.
they didn't charge you anything on top of that?
I don't know. I had like I think I had a few charges to be honest.
Hey, can
I
you-
think I had 1 felony and 2 misdemeanors.
Can you imagine if you were like super high and you look over and the girl's signing to her friend, like, what the fuck did you just say? Like if they just started
There was
signing
a lot of
and you
deaf
guys,
people in the
That's when
area,
you know
so
you
it was
just
like
gotta play
normalized.
along.
yeah.
Yeah.
She started doing it to her friend, and she'd be, I'd be like, she just called you a bitch. You know,
Bitch.
that is.
now
that's-
we know.
Now we know.
Bitch.
Bitch? Okay.
Yeah.
Now we know.
That's a very
That is
interesting.
smart. Thank you.
Yeah.
Just learned something.
Or you just do this. That's True's classic.
Yeah, no. Hey, so
Speaking
people.
of True got some new finger
I
tats.
did.
What
Yeah.
does it say, True?
Pay me.
He literally
And
put
then I
on his
put-
middle finger, pay me.
Oh, I like that.
It says True and pay me. Pay me, True.
Yeah, there it is. And I'm all about 11s. My daughter's name
Oh,
is.
yeah, what about the one that
Nails,
My
too.
daughter's
got a
name
little
is.
neck tattoo?
Yeah, I got the 1111 on my neck.
Your daughter's name is 11. Is that what you're about to say?
Yeah, this is how we
call
spelled
my
it.
son 4.
11. 4?
We call him
Oh, that's dope. That's
so
dope.
cute. I
Yeah,
love that.
I have a dog named 7 and a dog named 22. So everybody's like, "What's
Really?
going on with you?" But the 1111.
Why are those numbers
You okay?
important
Do you,
to
you
you?
need to go back to
I have
school?
been. People ask me that all the time, and like the only time people really notice is strip clubs because everybody's spiritual in there, and they'll come running up to me and they'll be like, "Oh my God, I saw the 1111 on your ear. What does that mean?" I mean, it's angel numbers to me, and I mean, I've been seeing them since I was probably 5 years old up. So I feel like everything that's happened in my life's happened because of 11s. But dancers, they'll be like, mine is 333, and I'm like, yeah, tattoo it on you. You can't because next month you're gonna be 572 or something. Like you're gonna have you're gonna be indecisive. I always say if you're about it, tattoo it on you, and then
That's real
people
shit.
know. So I even put it over here, and because I said I'm only married to my daughter, so those are my
That's forever and ever.
forever and ever. I don't think I did get married once for 7 months. It was great.
You can't
But-
live like that, dude. You gotta live. You can't say you can never be a never say never. You gotta
I
leave
know.
stuff
You know what?
open.
You know what? Being
Have
in
you ever heard that song?
what?
Never Say Never song?
Listen, you're out
I
of
thought-
Rach is
I
out of
was
our
supposed to
age
come and be like,
demographic.
oh, yeah, that one song. I was like, yeah, you know, right?
No, I tried. My parents were actually they were married 54 years, so I come from a town like that. But you know, when you live in a town like Vegas, I feel anywhere, Vegas, probably L.A., New York, Miami, it's tough. It's tough to find the right people. I say there are good people, good guys and good girls, but they usually are married or have a girlfriend. And I'm not about that life of mixing that up. So I'm like, there are
And
good
I'm
ones,
with
but they're
it, and
taken.
I'm with
They're
it.
Oh, what are you
can't
talking
never
about,
say
dating?
never.
Oh no, I would love to find somebody
You gotta
one
keep
day.
it open.
It's open.
Aw.
I know my dad passed away in 17, but he was very disappointed. You know, he had told me one day, he was like, you know, you're gonna be 40 one day, then 45, then 50, and he's like,
Can't live for him.
I know. And his whole message was, you're a family person. Why are you messing around with all these girls that you know aren't gonna
That
go
aren't
nowhere?
family.
So then-
Yeah.
I love strippers and porn stars. I don't know what the hell. is my
He
problem.
does.
And none of them want to settle
He
down.
does.
Yeah, I'm just
I tell
like,
him,
I'm,
like,
just
true.
saying.
I'm
You
just,
gotta back up a little bit from them.
I know.
Just a little, bro. Just a little bit.
Might be the problem.
Go
Yeah.
find some girl in like Wisconsin or something. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know,
Oh yeah.
dude.
We actually had a guy on our show, and he was like, he was telling us he was an older businessman, and he's like, oh, I got a great girlfriend, and I'm like, you found one here in Vegas? And he goes, no, he goes, I put Bumble in travel mode, and she's from Florida.
Jeff Fargo.
Yeah. He goes, you can go on Bumble and put it like Alabama, and of course you're gonna find a great girl, and then you can be like, hey, want to come to Vegas? And then
And she would just fly her out.
I'll just fly her out.
Fly her out. Let her stay at your house. It'd be perfect. And you can have a real home girl.
So here's a
Because they're,
question.
like, building their women.
Kind of.
Scratch.
I would never. I mean, if you guys see my picture, it's a fake one. If on Tinder, Bumble,
you got
somebody
a fake
put-
photo on Tinder?
I don't know. I've never been on there, but I'm just saying, if you see me,
Oh.
it could be me though. Who knows?
Oh.
You don't know. You're not
No,
creepy.
I'm not after the Tinder
Likes
swindler.
long walks on the beach.
Yeah, I like moms. I've been trying to use my daughter for everything. Like, I'm just a single dad. Like, help me.
We do know what we're doing.
Hey, you know most most women. Hey, I've been at parks and hit on women, and they flat out in Vegas. They're like, you just want me to watch your fucking kid, don't you? And I'm like,
No.
no, of course I do.
I've had that happen to one of my friends.
Stop.
No, seriously.
Wait, is this a real thing?
No, seriously.
You
like,
wouldn't just pick
she
up a
met
girl.
somebody from like school, and like he was like cool. They had the same kids in the same class,
Mm-hmm.
and then he hit her up one day like, "Hey, can you watch my son?"
Oh, what's that?
And she was like, "What do you like?"
Wait, like the guy that she's trying to date?
wasn't even trying to date him, but like it was made under that, you know.
Oh, I am not your babysitter.
I would love to be like, hey, you know what? I went to
No.
LA and I dropped my daughter off with Puff and Parlay. I'm good. Who's down to hang?
So you would leave your kid with us and go out and
Yeah.
have fun.
Yeah. Look at
No.
You sounded so enthusiastic
I don't-
about
I don't
that.
even-
We need a babysitter.
Yeah,
we need
no,
to be
we-
going out too.
We'd have my
We
boy
need to have,
Let's all go
Fade
out.
Hell over here.
We
He can
find a
babysit.
babysitter.
Yeah.
Have Bella babysit.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
We do. I do have nannies. We do the nanny thing, but it's still hard. I mean, you guys are probably like nanny. That's easy, but it's not. It's still hard with a nanny. I got this little kid that follows me around, hold my leg. Oh, it helps a lot.
Yeah.
It helps. It helps you go to the bathroom because I'm still weirded out. You know, when my daughter wants to stand in the bathroom with me, I'm like, just stand out there.
Yeah.
So the nannies come in handy there, but
How
yeah.
old is your daughter?
4.
Aw.
You believe that? And dude, you as you know,
Pictures. It goes by so
I know, and I'm not a picture person, but I have been trying to take a lot of pictures. But I love it. Girls are different than boys too. I'll tell you that right now. Like, I'm shitting. Like, I'm like this. What is she gonna be doing when she's my age? Like, that's what scares me the most. And how crazy the world is right now. I'm
Yeah.
like, what are our kids looking at?
It gives you so much more worry than you ever had before
Yeah.
kids. Like
Yeah.
that type of worry is a whole different type of worry.
Yeah,
Something outside of yourself.
yeah.
The
So.
reward, you know.
So what? So the males that you guys had kids with, were you guys? Did you guys all ever hang out? Like all go out together, or were you guys divorced, separate, or did one of you cause the divorce with the other one? No, you like-
That'd be a dynamic
like-
now.
yeah.
Her son's father and my
Grab this
son's
one.
father, they know each other and we've gone out before. Yeah, and they kind of became friends. They've done some business together.
Grab the mic. Dude, yeah, this is just the music is loud. So they have hung out together.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I know it was neither of your fault. What? Yeah, she's like, nah.
Why
Uh,
you gotta give me the mic?
Yeah.
He said you
You
can
don't want me
take
to-
it.
Did, hey, here's the thing. Did they?
Actually, I'm done
did
holding this now.
So hey, I had a girl tell me one time that I dated. She said you smoke. She said, "Do you smoke weed?" And I said no. And she said that's a deal breaker. And I go, okay. I'm like, do you do cocaine? She's like, no. And I said, well, that's a deal breaker. So then we were like, hey, one crosses out one, so we can be cool. Now, did your ex-husbands, did they smoke? And would that be a deal breaker for you guys if you started dating somebody? Is that a deal breaker? If they don't smoke?
I think the deal breaker is if they don't accept that we smoke.
There it is.
Yeah.
That sounds
They
good.
can do whatever they want.
Don't say that.
Well,
Now,
not
would you-
whatever they want. But, you know, like they can smoke or not smoke. But
Yes.
you just have to accept that I smoke.
Now, would you be okay if they were like addicted to like crack or something?
Oh,
But you love them and they were like the best
I don't
person
think I
ever.
could do cocaine though.
But you
I
didn't
don't
know they
think I
did
could
crack
do
until
Yeah.
you started dating them 6 months in. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, what if? You never know. Dating nowadays is crazy.
Green Room Radio.